What's good? What's good? Welcome back, Mad Pill. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe, hit the notification in that order. Whatever order you want to put it in, hit it. Make sure y'all comment. Make sure you comment anything. Where you from? Let's keep the algorithm going. We growing the channel, Mad Pill. We coming up. Okay. Ooh, I know this is a touchy subject right here. I know this is a little touchy right here. But is the Tate brothers being treated like R. Kelly? Is they being railroaded like R. Kelly being that railroaded? Make sure y'all share this. Make sure y'all share this into your groups and all platforms, whatever group you can share this into, because this is really important. And I don't think that nobody is touching on this subject, okay? Nobody is comparing the two, okay? Are they being blankly being railroaded like R. Kelly did? Are they being treated like R. Kelly? Now, let me tell y'all something. Most women, especially, do not like the Tate brothers, okay? Just because you don't like their content, that don't mean they deserve to be falsely accused and to go into jail. Now, I'm not saying that what they're doing is they not guilty. I'm not saying that. But being falsely accused is wrong for having an opinion, right? And these guys is a lot like Kevin Samuels, right? When Kevin Samuels died, a lot of women made fun of him just because he had an opinion. That mean he deserved to die, right? The same thing with the Tate brothers. Are they being falsely accused like R. Kelly, right? They had multiple women, okay? Multiple women come out in Romania. They had charges in Romania, now in the UK. And we're going to read up on a few of these. Let's get right into this, okay? All right, so the two brothers already facing a human trafficking charges in the UK over allegations in 2012 to 2015. New charges were brought Sunday in Bedfordshire. Police investigated reports made by 4 additional victims, UK authorities said. Okay, let me take a sip of it. Attorneys for the brothers, who are dual US and UK citizens, asked for their release pending on the outcome of the case. Okay. One of those attorneys, Joseph McBride, has said they are innocent until proven guilty or whatever. A friend of the Tates who witnessed the arrest in Miami told CNN, "I was with them," and all that other good stuff. The brothers waived attendance the next hearing, which has been scheduled for Monday. Okay, that's today. All right. During their appearance in court, both Andrew Tate remain in custody. As of this afternoon, McBride has spent multiple days. Said they spent multiple days in solitary confinement. Okay. During a brief hearing, the judge emphasized the full extradition process has not been formally completed. Monday's hearing was not a criminal proceeding. Okay. So how long it's gonna take to the UK, get to the UK? Y'all already know. If you've been arrested, you can be arrested in 40 miles, right? From and you can be in another state. And it might take up to a month, right? To come get you. Like if you are arrested in Vegas, okay, and you live all the way in, say, New York, it might take months to come get you, right? These dudes might be in jail for months until they come get them. Before the hearing, McBride referenced the Trump administration's, specifically Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who has the final say on the extradition request, framing the case as a prosecution against free speech. Mm-hmm. Right, and in this case, I think that they are being real. No matter if you don't like them or not, right? That has nothing to do with their free speech. What they think, and I know they be talking about women, you know, the manosphere and the misogyny and all that other type of stuff. Do you believe? Do you think they belong in jail because of this? And it's going around the internet, right? That people are making fun of these guys because of that. Okay, and I'm just gonna continue to read this. Okay. After getting their start on reality TV, the UK, the Tate brothers have gained notoriety over the years. Now, this is just for all who don't know who the Tate brothers is. Okay. Promoting increasingly misogynistic content online, racking up followers, and they do got a lot of followers. They got millions of followers. Okay. Andrew Tate, a self-proclaimed misogynist, has earned masses of online supporters, many of them young men and young boys. Okay. With content promoting male dominance, female submission, and reference for wealth and power. Okay. He once argued women should bear responsibility for being sexually assaulted. The comments got him banned from almost every social media platform. But when Elon Musk took over Twitter in 2022, he reinstated Tate's account. What do y'all think about Elon Musk for doing that? Okay. Tristan Tate has built a following by creating and promoting a similar take on modern masculinity. The brothers are pillars of the so-called manosphere. The manosphere. If y'all don't know what the manosphere is, y'all can look into it on the YouTube thing, all that good stuff. A digital space traditionally associated with the alt-right hate and populated by overly misogynistic podcasters and influencers. The term gained prominence in 2024 after Trump was said to have successfully leveraged the male-oriented podcast space to help him win election. Okay, so if y'all vote for Trump, the manosphere is they are Trump supporters. The manosphere has since been used broadly in encapsulating more mainstream male-oriented podcasters like Joe Rogan. Okay, unknown content item. Okay, so this is the charges. Okay, I'm just what's good, Sierra? What's good? Hey, y'all, first of all, hit that like and share, hit the comment, comment where y'all from. Everybody who's in this live, comment where y'all from. Say something, hit a dot, hit a question mark, get more people up in here, because when y'all hear this, y'all ain't never heard a live like this, a comparison of this in R. Kelly. I'm about to compare the two after I finish reading this. Okay. Now, Andrew Tate faces 42 charges, including grape. I'm gonna just say it like that: grape, human trafficking, indecent image of a child, and assault, according to the UK Crown Prosecution Service and Bedford Police, in Bedfordshire, and Bedfordshire Police. Yeah. Tristan Tate faces 17 charges, including sexual assault, grape, and trafficking, according to officials, bringing the total to 59 between the two of them. Okay. The extradition request following investigation by the UK Crown Prosecution Service, which said the alleged offense were reported by seven women. Okay, and it's going to be even more than 7 women coming out, and took place in the east of England, north of London, between 2010 and 2017. Okay. Andrew Tate also faces a civil suit in the UK from 4 women who have accused him of rape and control. In Romania, the brothers face charges of human trafficking and forming an organization criminal group of sexual exploit of women. Okay. The state of Florida is also conducting active criminal investigation into the brothers' Florida Attorney General James, whatever his name is, acknowledged the Tate's arrest on X. Okay, let me take a sip for y'all. The brothers have denied all charges against them. Okay. We are thankful. Now, this is the brothers. I think it's the brothers. We are thankful of the United States and United Kingdom authority for courageously pursuing justice with the arrest and extradition of accused sex traffickers Andrew and Tristan Tate, said Danny Pinter, Chief Legal Officer and Director of the Law Center and National Center of Sexual Exploitation, which represents a client it was sex trafficking operation in Romania by the brothers. Okay. Most importantly, our client Jane Doe, her family, who have been victims of a campaign of harassment and witness and intimidation at hands of the Tate brothers, are safer, Pinter said. Okay. So just a brief, just to get y'all understanding, the Tate brothers, right? They are trying to say they are like a racketeering charge. Okay. They ran a slew and they was trying to say that they was abusive and, creating prostitutes, I guess. Okay. Just to keep it true and 100. After their 2022 arrest, okay, in Romania, the Tate brothers were prohibited from leaving the country. But after Romania authorities lifted the travel restrictions on their pair, last year they flew to Florida on a private jet. Okay, okay. And this is where they got arrested. I think there wasn't. This is where they got arrested at? Okay, let's see. They were arrested by U.S. Marshals in Miami. Okay, they was arrested by U.S. Marshals in Miami. The UK's extradition request. The U.S. and the UK are part of the extradition treaty, meaning each country has agreed to surrender individuals wanted by the other for prosecution. Okay. So so let me tell you something. Don't think you can just do something across, overseas, especially if, you know, the United States. I mean, you can do something in Russia. you 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 can do something in China. You know what I'm saying? You can do that. The United States ain't gonna extradite you back there. Okay. The extradition process requires a hearing from the U.S. judge to determine whether the treaty's requirements are met. But the final decision rests with Rubio. The brothers have the options of mount legal charges. Okay. The Justice Department confirmed the arrests were made in accordance with treaties and law enforcement agreements governing Justice Department's extraditions. The arrests were approved by the leaders of the department's criminal divisions, a source told CNN. McBride argued that the UK's extradition request interferes with the brothers' legal cases in Florida and Romania. The brothers remain modified release from Romania and have continued to travel there for their court appearances every month, attorney said. Okay. So just to give a brief what this going through, right? And the reason why the comparison, this with like I said, R. Kelly. It was kind of like the same thing. It was the same thing, but the only thing was what R. Kelly, he was, they came after him by himself. Okay, him and P. Diddy. They had a duo, and this is the thing about it: there is no racketeering charges. No racketeering charges. I don't know how they do it in the UK or whatever, but the racketeering charges, I don't see anything in that. That's what I was trying to look. Can I see any type of racketeering charges? It's just a bunch of victims saying that they have been raped, and I heard about underage, girls, right? And we're gonna see the evidence. We want to see the evidence, right? But what appears to me and what was on the internet, like this is what they saying on the internet, that these Tate brothers are being railroaded because of their outspokenness, about the masculinity, misogyny that they speak of, right? Does that give them the right? And this is the thing about the difference between them and R. Kelly, okay? In which it's not working for the people to be behind Andrew Tate, the Tate brothers. Okay. R. Kelly was loved. He was all about love, right? His music was, woman based. That's what distinguished the two. Okay. R. Kelly's music and all his supporters, right, were mainly women. Mm-hmm. And this is what woman based. And this is to say R. Kelly was supported mainly by women, which probably would have got him convicted. You know, and the difference between the Tate brothers, men, they are the manosphere, right? Which probably is going to get them off. Can I say that again? The manosphere, right? With the Tate brothers, right? I guarantee y'all that the Tate brothers is not going to get what R. Kelly got. They not. And Romania, lifted the travel ban or whatever, because when you in a manosphere, right, you got a little more lenience. And that's the truth. When you about women, which what R. Kelly was about. R. Kelly was about women. That's why he got so many women supporters. He was all about women. He got looked at as weak. If R. Kelly was endorsing misogyny, he would probably be free right now. And that's the truth. R. Kelly probably would be free if he was endorsing misogyny, if his music wasn't about love. You know what I'm saying? Think of the rappers, Kodak Black and T.I. and Young Thug face RICO charges and got pardoned. Don't y'all think that's crazy? They got pardoned for spewing violence. They got pardoned, but somebody who promotes love, that's crazy, ain't it? So the thing about it, R. Kelly was about love. He was about creating and making love. That's what he was about. You don't want that in the black community, right? That's why he's doing 30 years in jail, and that's why he's looking at as, and they buried him as a abuser, right? So long as you about violence, you gonna get pardoned by Donald Trump. He Lil Wayne got a gun charges. Kodak Black, that crazy ass nigga. That nigga crazy as hell. T.I. gun charges. As long as you violent, you gonna get you can seek pardon. Larry Hoover, who was a murderer, convicted murderer. You're going to pardon Larry Hoover. This is the difference. And that's sad to say right there. But anywho, the Tates are supporters of Donald Trump. Now, this is what I was saying, y'all. This what I was saying. Woo! And this is why y'all shouldn't get y'all hopes up when the Tate, if y'all aren't supporters of the Tate brothers. The Tates are supporters of Donald Trump and allies of the brothers, have been reaching out to people in the Trump's orbit in hopes of building a campaign in support of them. A source familiar with matter told CNN. Didn't I say that? Didn't I say that? Huh? They are in supporters. They got support. They support Donald Trump. Despite reports, the admission pressed Romanian authorities to ease restriction on the brothers last year. White House officials said the U.S. government had no direct role in bringing them to Florida, and Romanian's foreign minister said he did not face pressure to lift restriction. Yeah, we all know that's some bullshit. While sources say the president himself is not expected to get involved in the extradition case, Rubio retains discretion to deny extradition. So they could actually get denied and be out of jail. While sources say president himself did not get involved in the extradition case, Rubio retains discretion to deny. McBride appears to be nodding to a political offense exception, in the UK extradition treaty, framing the UK's sex offense charge as politically motivated prostitution. Right? Yes, it's politically motivated. There's no question about it. These guys went to D.C. to exercise their First Amendment rights. They met with members of the Congress as a private citizen. They met with friends in Washington, D.C. They walked the grounds of the Capitol. And 3 days later, they're in the jumpsuit. Okay? McBride told reporters Monday morning, you do the math. I would just think, as a matter of principle, based on reasons why they are elected, that they would not want to see free citizens go to a country where they're going to be thrown in jail for political reasons, McBride said. McBride also referenced his own involvement representing defendants charged in connections in the January 6, 2021 attack on the U.S. Capitol. CNN has reached out to the White House for comment in the Florida Attorney General's office for information about where and how the brothers are being held. CNN, Carolina Perugo, Devin M. Sayers, and for more CNN, for real, Just read if you see the caption right there. So yes, uh, the difference in the case is that when you a brother spreading love like Kels, it's going to be way more harder for you. And I think that by the Tate brothers, they got leverage because they are with Donald Trump. They always see. Now y'all see R. Kelly in a recently, right? As far as 2 days ago, 3 days ago, is seeking clemency. He's seeking clemency from the Trump campaign. Do y'all think that R. Kelly is gonna get clemency from Donald Trump? Do y'all think that? Right? Has he endorsed Donald Trump? Huh? What about the Tate brothers? They are more than likely to get clemency from Trump. So I just want to know, what do y'all think about this? And I'm gonna keep it short. I'm gonna keep it simple tonight. Short and simple. Is the Tate brothers being railroaded like Kels because of their speech? Women are coming out against the Tate brothers. They coming out. And I think in the United States, Florida, they coming out. And they are speaking out in old cases from way back from 2021. Even longer than that. If I can read, I think I read way back longer than that they was coming out. They were coming out. I mean, the R. Kelly case, I mean, you talking about 20 years ago, that you could just come out and say that somebody sexually assaulted you without no evidence, without nothing. This is the thing about it. R. Kelly had multiple women. And it's dangerous. It's dangerous to have multiple women. When a man get rich, especially in Christian, in monogamous countries, you are required to, one man, one woman, when men try to live like kings, right? And have multiple women. And if you do that, these women can just make allegations as that they was just being abused. Right? They could just, and it don't even matter they don't even have to have no type of evidence. None. Zero. They don't need evidence. It's just word of mouth. You don't need evidence. Sierra, you say Trump not thinking about nobody. Yeah. You don't need evidence to convict nobody. You gotta think about it in the R. Kelly. It was just victims without evidence. You didn't have no DNA, right? And it's just word of mouth. You could just say that you was in somebody's house and they assaulted you and you would get convicted. You could just say anything. R. Kelly, most of the victims, I say like 99.9% of them victims who accused him didn't have no evidence. It was just word of mouth. Just word of mouth. Nobody had no videotape, no nothing. It was like the old days. You know, when a white woman, you know what I'm saying? A white woman just to an innocent black man because we like, he raped me. And he would get lynched. He would get hung. This is the same thing now. Until they brought on so-called DNA with Great, they had no DNA evidence against R. Kelly. No DNA evidence that R. Kelly did none of this. That he committed no crime. It's just word of mouth. People were just saying things. Women was just coming out the blue. I mean, that's crazy. That, and like I said, if you a black man, I'm gonna just say it to black men. If you're a black man, just be monogamous in America. It requires monogamy. If you decide to have multiple women and then they get mad at you, they can just make up something. For real. It don't matter how long ago it was. It don't matter how long ago it is. They can make up something like in the Bill Cosby case. It don't matter how long ago it was. They don't even have to know you. Or you can just be in a picture with them. And it can be in the 1920s. And you 100 years old right now. All the broad have to do is be like, yeah, he sexually assaulted me. And they gonna take your black ass 100 years old to jail. That's what they gonna do to your ass. They don't give a fuck. They don't need evidence against you. Only thing they need is a word of mouth. They gonna take your funky ass to jail. And this is why you think that you get some money and then you start dealing with multiple women. You try to deal with multiple women. and you think that you a king, and it's all consensual. But the moment you make that broad mad, the moment that you make her mad, you gone. You done for. You see, I'm reading Queenie CYM. Yeah, that's true. I appreciate that. I appreciate it, Queenie. Hit that like button, y'all. Hit the like button because I don't. Nobody else on the internet has shared compared to two. Okay, Kels and the Tate brothers. Hmm. No evidence. Nobody. And like I said, the difference between Kels and the Tate brothers. Kels, he was all about women. That's why he got convicted. Because guess what? The judicial system, excuse me, hate women. That's why they put R. Kelly in jail. Because they hate women. R. Kelly was all about women. He loved women. R. Kelly loved women. That's why he got so many women supporters. That's why he got so many women supporters. So many women back R. Kelly up because he loved women. The difference between Andrew Tate and all the rest of them killers that support Donald the Tate brothers who support Trump, the misogynistic view Donald Trump support. So he's pardoning them. The Kodak Blacks, right? Larry Hoover, like I said, uh, R. Kelly is seeking clemency from Donald Trump. I don't think he's gonna listen to R. Kelly, guys. He not. He only listen to killers and drug dealers. That's the only thing Donald Trump care about. He don't care about people who uplift black women, and that's what Kel did. He uplift black women. He loved black women. Donald Trump hate black women. He ain't trying to give a ninja like that clemency. He would never do that. He can't. He only give niggas clemency who hate black women like Kodak Black. Talk about women like a dog, bitches and hoes and shit. Niggas who kill niggas like Larry Hoover. I mean, come on, he gonna pardon that nigga, a terrorist of the black community. I mean, come on now and try to get. I mean, come on, y'all, and try to get some street cred. That nigga ain't shit. You can see, you will see right through black Donald Trump. So that's the deal, right? That is the deal. A man who loved black women, who was all about love, he would never pardon him. He would never pardon him. Y'all don't think that. He would never ever pardon it. But y'all, yeah, but for the drug dealers and the killers, he pardoned them niggas. And I see right through it. And you say those charges were Donald Trump, but they realized they couldn't touch Donald Trump, so they put each other those charges on Rob. Yeah, right on. Because Donald Trump don't like black. Look, Donald Trump don't endorse. He know R. Kelly's music, Queen. He know Donald Trump's music. I mean, excuse me, R. Kelly's music. It's about love and making babies and what a woman's worth is. Right? What a black woman's worth is. And then the motherfuckers talk about killing niggas. when the motherfuckers talk about killing niggas, he pardoned because he wanted them to go back into the streets and make the same music to kill niggas. I see right through this motherfucker. I see right through it. Niggas like Kodak Black. You see Kodak Black is a fucking. You see how fucked up that nigga is. He want niggas to look like Kodak Black. He want niggas to act like Kodak Black. You see how drugged out and gone Kodak Black is? You see how gone Kodak Black is. You see how fucked up that nigga is. He want all black people to look like that nigga. That's why that's why he pardoned that nigga. This is why he pardoned Larry Hoover. This is why he pardoned Lil Wayne from gun charges. Gun charges. He ain't trying to hear R. Kelly. He not. Because R. Kelly's music was positive. Think about that. His music was positive. All the motherfuckers who he pardoned, their music was negative. It was nothing but negative and killing niggas. And nigga giving him street cred. Oh, yeah, he pardoned him. He must be for blacks. No, he not for black people. He letting killers out. How you gonna let a murderer out of prison and a black murderer? That's what he letting a black murderer out of prison and a black drug dealer out of prison. And to think he doing something for us. What is goddamn Kodak Black and Lil Wayne is doing for us? It's a black community. Is you crazy? He ain't fooled me with that. I seen right through that nigga when he did that bullshit. That I see right through that ninja when he did that bullshit. And that's right. We got to go back to the old ways to how to handle our people and our own business with our own people. You're right about that, Quentin. You sure is right about that. And it's a scam. The United States government is a scam. They scamming us. They scamming us into thinking that our own people. This is about our own people. They scamming us to think that just because they did something for the people who is the same color of our skin, that they did something for us, right? But we don't think that the same person that they doing for is a piece of shit. It's a piece of shit. They do. See, this is the thing about it, y'all. They doing for the people who are a piece of shit more than what they doing for the good people in society. They doing for the pieces of shit. They ain't doing nothing for us. They ain't fooling me. And this is what I want y'all to see. I want y'all to see. And I want y'all to analyze. And I want y'all to look at. What are they do? Who and do the homework of what type of black people they doing for. That's important. What type of black people is what they doing for? They're not doing nothing for the good black people. I think it was a setup, but I think it was a scam with the R. Kelly whole thing. I think it was. I think it was. R. Kelly was for black people. I think that they I think they set him up because he was for black women. And that's the most sensitive subject, black women. If you are for black women, they gonna put you as a sex gamble and turn black women against you. Like R. Kelly did. They turned black women, they tried to turn black women against R. Kelly. They did. And to use black women against him. Because what was his music? R. Kelly music was so positive. And the thing about this, it was creating the black community. During the R. Kelly area, era, during the R. Kelly era, he created a lot of black kids. A lot of people was having sex. It was making love from R. Kelly. He made a lot of kids. He created a lot of people's kids. A lot of black kids. R. Kelly did. He created a lot of black kids. No, the government don't like that. No. You creating a whole lot of kids. No, we got to put a stop to that. The government did not like that. R. Kelly populated the black community himself, not just his music. He didn't just have good music. He populated the black community. Because guess what? You had something to have sex on. What did you turn on back in my day? I'm 44. Guess what? When I was doing back in the, it was about R. Kelly. I know a lot of niggas who I know a lot of niggas who my age saying 45 and under. Said that they made their music off of R. Kelly. They made their kids off R. Kelly. That's proof the population from the black community have grown from his music alone. Come on now. So, what do you do as a conservative? What do you do to eradicate the population in the black community? You said your youngest daughter was made off his music. Exactly. Your youngest daughter was made from his music. Exactly. He was responsible. Right. He was responsible for the population rising in the black community. In the 90s, in the 2000s, especially in the early 2000s, he was hot. Yeah, love making music. Love making music. Not like the music now. Because guess what? They make these, it ain't no R&B singers right now. They are not about making love. They ghetto, they trash. It ain't no sexual assault cases on them. No. So the only way they can get R. Kelly was with his the only way they get by his own people, by women, the women who he endorsed, right? That's the only way they can get him, by the women who he uplifted, by the women who he healed, by the women who he helped create a baby by, right? And that's the only way they can make him look bad. Because guess what? They couldn't do it with no white woman. Woo! They couldn't do it with no white woman because they wouldn't gave a fuck. He wouldn't have got canceled, but look, they couldn't have done it with a white woman. Because you know why? Because Bill Cosby only did 4 years with a white woman. They had to bury him with black women. Think about this, y'all. The only way he could have done the time that he did is with black women. Black women had to bury him. Not white women. Bill Cosby is an example. Bill Cosby and white women tried to get him. But guess what? Only 3 years, and he got off. Jennifer Bonjean got him off. Huh? They had to get the black community to bury him. Uh-huh. Right. So the main pop, and nobody gave a damn about goddamn P. Diddy. Nobody gave a goddamn about P. Diddy. For real. P. Diddy was not even a factor. They gave him 2.5 years. No, because he wasn't a connoisseur like Kels. He did not make love. P. Diddy was part of the problem. P. Diddy wasn't about making love. P. Diddy was an asshole. That's why, and it was the same accusers coming at him the same way. He didn't do 40 years. Think about that. If he was all about making love and making babies, P. Diddy would have done 40 years, 40, 50 years. It's a difference on your influence, what you get convicted of. It's all about your influence. What you have, your influence decide what you get convicted of. Right? And the thing about Kels, his influence decided his fate. His influence. It was all about his influence. Because his influence bettered black people. His influence bettered the community. That was his influence. Like I said, if he was talking about robbing and stealing and killing, he would not be in jail right now. Right? He would be off like Young Thug. Did get convicted. A RICO charge. He would have been got pardoned. Like Kodak Black. You already know Kodak Black ain't always there. He ain't shit. Kodak Black ain't shit. He a drug addict. You see how you see how fucked up Kodak Black is right now. Y'all see how fucked up Kodak Black is? Y'all see how fucked up Kodak Black is? He looked like one of them fiends on the corner. Stuck. I'm talking about stuck. Like in a position. He a fiend. And I'll be seeing videos talking about, man, pray for Kodak Black. Man, of course, pray for Kodak Black. Because that nigga ain't even in his right mind. He not. He is fucked up. And you're gonna pardon him. You're gonna pardon Larry Hoover, who terrorized. We talking about, y'all already know who. I ain't even gotta get into Larry Hoover's record. Nah. So that's the difference. This is how the system works. And whoever's on Trump's side, like, and this is another example. Diddy, he wasn't he he really wasn't a fan of Trump, right? He wasn't a fan of Trump, and Trump said it. Guess what? Larry Hoover wasn't a fan of Trump, huh? Lil Wayne wasn't a fan of Trump. He still pardoned him, did he? He gonna try to bring that excuse. See, y'all, man, please, man. Appreciate that, Queenie. Please hit that like and subscribe button, please. I appreciate y'all for joining it live, being in it live, hearing it out. Cause I'm gonna tell the truth. I ain't gonna hold nothing back. This ain't no goddamn news. This ain't the goddamn I'm just saying. Where black women are celebrated, I'm telling y'all, it is the most, black women are the most unappreciated people on the planet. And they try to woo y'all. They try to woo y'all into making Bill Cosby and R. Kelly sexual predators to make y'all sexually liberated, because that's hurting y'all. That's the thing about it. When you go against R. Kelly and you go against Bill Cosby, right? That's just those two for an example. Those are the people who you should be rooting for, because they were for black women. That's the difference. They were rooting for black women. They were advocates of black women. Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, they were pro-black women. They used black women to make you go against them. That's how the system works. They use black women and to people like Andrew Tate who hate black women. Andrew Tate hates black women. Fresh and Fit, they are in all include. They hate black women. They make black women look like fools. Fresh and Fit. Y'all know who Fresh and Fit? Hit that question mark. Andrew Tate. They hate black women. They can't stand black women. They think they ghetto and all type of other shit. They are going to get the clemency. And that's the truth. They hate black women. Andrew Tate hate black women. Fresh and Fit hate black women. They hate black women. And the things that they teach against superiority over the black woman. And that's all they saying. They teach superiority over the black woman. Not any other race. Over the black woman. And that right there is the common denominator. Right there. They hate black women. They can't stand black. They teach it. If you listen to see Queenie, look, they teach that they teach that black women are the reason for everything, right? When they created the system, they create the system so they teach that, just black people are the ones who create the violence. When they create the system, black people create the violence, black women are taught to hate their own, right? And they taught to hate, the men who try to tell them the truth, through this misogynistic method, right? The misogynistic method, okay? And it's created through somebody who's not of our race. Misogynistic. I never heard of that shit before. I never heard of that shit. And you know what? And I listened to Andrew Tate and the brothers, and a lot of shit they said that made sense. But when I kind of realized it was against black women, it was against, women with attitudes. Okay? It could have been, Mexican women, minority women, the ones who, attitude. Okay? And whether it's used for control or whatever, I don't give a damn what it is. If it's used for control or to paint a picture like all of black women are the same. They can't be, you can't talk to them. They're rebellious. They Jezebels, Right. You said, Queenie, you said black men have always had multiple families and took care of both families. Yeah, I mean, so is white men, right? So have whites. But they try to take that notion. See, Queenie, they try to take that notion and just make it only blacks. You know what I'm saying? Only blacks, which everybody does it. And that's the deal. Everybody do it. Everybody do it. It's just the Bible is taught in America the Bible way. You know, the religious way of America is, you know, it's just the way of the world. But I appreciate you said that white man didn't care of both families. That's why they started pushing divorce. Right. And that's the same way. The divorce of the black community. You know, they push divorce. And like I said with Kels, when they push Kels' music, when they turn black women against him, you know, they destroyed the black community. Because guess what? What you do with a king, with a queen, right? Especially in a beehive, right? You go for the queen, right? The head. And that's what they did in the black community. They go for the head. And that's how you destroy a whole community. Black people don't matter really in a whole. When you destroy the king and the queen of a beehive, you destroy the whole colony. Right? Let me say this again, so y'all can. When you destroy when you destroy a beehive, you destroy the queen. You go for the queen. After you destroy the queen, everything dies. That's what they does in the black community. So our leaders in the black community, or the so-called queens and kings, when we destroy them, when they get destroyed, guess who goes down? Everybody else. And this is the thing about it. Our queens in the black community, the queens are strong. Just like any strong nest in a in a beehive, in a wasp nest. When you go destroy, when a beekeeper, just go for when a beekeeper, how they destroy a beehive. They go and find the queen, right? And this is what happened in the black community. They go for the queen, our queen. And guess what else? And guess what happens after that? Everything falls. When the queen go down, we're done. We're done. So this is how they attack the black community. And they know this. The government knows this. They are strategic. They know. They know what the fuck they doing. They know it's the exact same science. They know how to control a species. They know how to control a species. They know how to contain a species. They know how to contain us. When they go for our queens, who's our women, guess what? They know how to control us. If you don't know, now you know. If you know how to control a queen, you know how to control us. That's how they controlling us. They controlling our queens. Huh? Right. That's how they got us in check. Because they know how to control our queens. Our black women. They controlling us. Through black women. I don't give a fuck what nobody's saying. The black race can only be controlled through the black woman. I don't give a fuck what nobody's saying. And that's the truth. That's how they control the beehive. They know how to control. They study animals for a living. On the animal channel. Animal Planet. They teach y'all every day how they know how to control a species. We are considered a species. They control us through our queen. I'm going to say it again. They control us through our queen. We are a beehive. See, if black people got to look like, we got to look at ourselves as a beehive. Like when the police kill a ninja, when the police kill, guess what? The whole beehive gonna go crazy and get everybody buzzing and stinging. Guess what? They stinging and they rioting. It's the same exact example. When you bother a bee, guess what? The whole hive gonna come after you. And it's the same thing as us. They know how to control us. When somebody kill a black person, guess what? Everybody is going to riot. It's going to go crazy. It's going to go after you. This is how it works. They know how to trigger us. So, if you attack the queen, guess what? The whole hive is going to come after you. I'm going to repeat that. If you attack the queen, the whole hive is going to come after you. And that's how they got us. That's how they got us. Because they already know. Fooling us with the whole Black Lives Matter stuff. No, man. We're in America. We are trapped. We are in a beehive. We got to create honey on their land. Right? We are a swarm. We are a swarm on their tree. That's what we are. We are a swarm on their tree. And they are attacking our queen. They're going after our queens. When they go after our queen, guess what? Everybody's going to act erratically. This is why the Black community is so fucked up. Because they already know what they're doing. They know what the fuck they doing. When they attack our queen, the whole hive is out of proportion. That's why. That's us, boy. So we don't even know. So when every time, this is an example, when a white man attack and shoot a black man or whatever, guess what? We're gonna all feel some type of way. We're gonna feel some type of way because of that white man shot, or a black cop shoot a black man. And we don't feel the same way that with a black man shoot in the hood, shoot a black man. We don't riot. We don't fucking that's the thing about it. We don't riot when a black man shoot a black man. We riot when a white man shoot a black man. We riot when a white cop shoot a black man. That's when we riot. That's when the swarm come. I'm telling y'all, we behave like bees, and if you don't see it, that you're behaving like a bee, and that the beekeepers, and this is the United States government, see you as bees, right? You behave like bees, huh? So they see you as a bee. They see you gonna swarm when the queen is being attacked. They study this. They study y'all. They study y'all in the lab. Y'all lab rats. You are a lab rat. They are looking at you as being a reactive rat. So when the United States government when the United States government in the world, however y'all look at it, the world, the what you call conspiracy. What is the conspiracy? The conspiracy is the conspiracy is the let me say this one. I'm gonna say this so y'all can understand. The conspiracy is the experiment. Huh? Y'all didn't hear me right there. The conspiracy is the experiment. Huh? Y'all are an experiment. The moment a black motherfucker get killed by the police, everybody swarming, everybody rioting, everybody burning shit down. Huh? Yeah. The conspiracy is the experiment. Y'all are being experimented on. Y'all are a swarm of bees reacting. Y'all see this on the Discovery Channel every day. How bees react to the queen being attacked. And when a black person be attacked the same way, y'all swarming like bees. Give me a second. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. I had to break it down because the black community never heard it this way. They've never heard that they are actually bees. We have never heard that we are a swarm and that we react only to when somebody get attacked. Let me repeat. We never react only when we get attacked. I'm going to repeat again. We never react only when we get attacked. We are a form of bees. We are the beehive. We are the beehive. We only react when the queen gets attacked. We are the beehive. We the bees. And everything that affect black people, another black person affects us. And you can't say that. If you're a black person and you say that don't affect you, wait till you see and wait till you look at something that you scroll or look at on TV that happens to another black person. Wait till you see something that happened to them. Wait till you see something happen to somebody else, and don't see that, especially that they are a hierarchy. Hmm? That they are of a hierarchy source. Wait till you see that that's not they are a hierarchy. If they are a hierarchy, guess what? Everybody is going to attack the person who is attacking the hierarchy. And that's the difference. If you don't think that you are a colony, and you are not like the colony of bees, wait till somebody attack somebody who is the hierarchy. And don't see that you don't come to their offense and that you don't attack them. Mm-hmm. Wait. Just wait. Just wait to see that you don't attack somebody who don't attack. That is the hierarchy. And that's proven that you are like a bee. You are a part of the beehive. That's the truth. You are a part of the beehive, and you can't control yourself. And that's the deal about it. You cannot control yourself because you think that you are black. You think that because somebody else is black is being attacked, but somebody's white. You are that same skin color. You think that somebody's attacking you, regardless of how fucked up they is, how much of a fucking piece of shit that they is, how much they are a drug addict. No matter what, if they are white or of another colony, if they attack somebody who looks like you or the same skin color, you are going to attack them. That's how you know that you are part of the beehive. This is how the government know how to control you, because they study beehives. And guess what? And guess who? How they control beehive? Through smoke, right? Smoke, huh? And what coordinates with smoke? Drugs, huh? What else? Smoke, drugs, cigarettes, huh? They blow smoke at you to contain you. Smoke, drug, cigarettes, weed, crack. Come on, man. They blowing all type of smoke towards you to contain you. That's how they contain the beehive, which you are. If you don't look at you are a beehive, if you don't look at it the same way, you can't see how they controlling you. Woo! It's science. And it's really like common sense. It's so easy to control a beehive. It's so easy. It's so fucking easy. It is so easy. And it's crazy how the government is getting over on so many people. And it's funny. It's not funny, but it's goddamn funny. People, we are a part of the colony. That's why they call us a colony. Right? They call a beehive a colony, don't they? Don't they call a beehive a colony? Huh? We are a beehive. Huh? The only reason they control us is through our queens. I'm going to say this one more time. They control us through our queens. They eradicate the black colony through the queens. Just like the beehive. They eradicate us through our queens. And when our queens are upset, we're upset. And we buzzing and we stinking motherfuckers and we going crazy. And that gives them a reason to kill us. Let me say this again. That gives them a reason to kill us. Because we stinging. And we going crazy. Huh? When we go crazy, when they attack the queen, we go crazy. That gives them a reason to kill us. Huh? And that's what y'all got to look at it as. Y'all have to look at it as we are a colony of bees. And we are being controlled. Right? We are being controlled and studied and experimented on. That's another thing. Experimented on. We are being experimented on. And we have been experimented on for years. Throughout the history of through the 1920s. They always knew how to control us. They always knew how to push our buttons by attacking the queen. That's how they do it, y'all. And this is the thing about it, we don't see it. A lot of people, it takes a few of us to see that we have to see that and this shit is crazy, that we have to see that, and we have to take it upon ourselves to take that realization as truth. We gotta be real with ourselves and be like, yeah, that's reality, and that's what's going on. That's the truth. We can't look at ourselves as being equal. We got to look at ourselves as being experimented on. We got to look at ourselves as being the goddamn rats in a box. Put in a box with a snake. Being fed to the goddamn snake. And that's what that's what it is. We being fed to the snakes. And there's nothing we can do about it. They put us in a box in America America is the box, and that's what they did with the Africans, on a slave boat. They took the rat outside. Y'all see them rat snake videos? And you see how it goes. You see the rat, and the rat can't do shit about its surrounding. Then the snake can't do nothing but feed. They put the rat inside the goddamn box. And the rat the rat get ate up. And that's how America works. They took us out of Africa, put us in a goddamn box with the snakes, and watch us get fed. Feed us to the snakes. And that's why we only 13% of the population. Huh? We only 13% of the population. How's 13% of the population gonna survive? Just like a rat getting fed to a box of an open snake. It's the same goddamn thing. It's the same thing. You can't survive. Eventually, you're going to get ate up. You can only run for X amount of time. You are fed to the snake of America. You fed to the snakes. And it's the thing about it. We are the rats being fed to the snakes. I'm gonna say this again. We are the rats being fed to the snakes. There's no way out of it. I don't care how much liberation. I don't care how much hope you got. You are fed to the snakes. And the thing about it is, once we realize that we are just like, I say, experimental animals, right? Like lab rats, right? We are experimental animals because guess what? They look at us like coming from another country. We black and we another race. They look at us like animals. They look at us like, once you realize that that's what you is, you can escape. And you can come to reality. More than likely, you're going to come to reality. And realize that it really knowing the game, how the game is played in America, and you would know the game once you ain't fooling yourself like you were equal. For real, you ain't equal to a snake when you're a rat. Especially when you pull out when you're a rat, you ain't equal to a snake. you, you are not equal to a snake when you are a rat. You are not if you are the bee, you are not equal to the beekeeper. It's just not possible. When you are uh, uh, a fish in a fish tank, you are the fish in the fish tank. When you realize that, it's crazy. So this is how I see uh, beyond the bullshit. I see beyond the bullshit and all the government tricks. I see beyond the government tricks and and I realize that I'm a lab rat. I realize that. I know that I'm a goddamn rat that's being fed a mice, that's being fed to a snake. That's how I know. In a cage, in a goddamn fucking I know that I'm a mice being fed to a snake. I know that. I already know that 100%. I already know. And this is for anybody, man. Y'all should know that uh y'all are and to think about that geographic way, you know, that it ain't no way. It ain't no way but to think, you know, that the government, you know, uses us all as the same thing. We it's crazy. It's crazy that the government and the National Geographic channels, you know, study us the same way. The National Geographic channels looks at us all as the same way. We are all looked at as creatures. They already look at us as creatures. And they already look at us as, and they study us. They study the black community. I mean, come on now. They study the black community in any other cultures as ants, like ants. Like cockroaches. They already know what we gonna do next. We already looked at like the same thing. Like, for real. Jesus Christ. So we already looked at as cockroaches and ants and it you say, why do they know what we're already gonna do? Yeah, because just like I said, they study the beehive, they study the ants, they study and they compare up to us because we all move the same way. We all move the same way. They study us all the same way. It's like National Geographics on us. You know what I'm saying? National Geographics on ninjas. For real. They study us like they know how we act. They know everything. They know how to get us up. It's the same thing as, how they got us with the with cops shooting, black people. Just like with the riots, they know how to get us to riot. Only thing you can do, is to get people to riot is to get a white person to shoot a black person. And then we all swarm like bees. It's the same thing how the beehive work. It's the same thing. The only way how to swarm a beehive is it's the same thing. So peace and blessings to all y'all. You said, so why do we want expect it as a people? I say the main thing is the government knows us more than we do and study us because we don't. The day-to-day things, we get up and watch TV and, pay attention to social media when we don't even know ourselves. And the government is paying more attention to us than what we doing ourselves. So the government know more about our children. The government own our kids. The government control what we eat, what we drink, everything. And we don't dedicate, the time because we so into work and all type of other shit to, and that's it. I mean, that's what it is. You know, the government, uh, uh, they studied us like we are a swarm, and you know, our queens, they know how to attack our queen, and that's it, y'all. I appreciate y'all for joining the live. You know, we 2 hours into it. Man, I appreciate y'all for joining the live. Hit that like and share button. Nicolette, Queenie, y'all continue to. I got to get the hell up out of here. I got to be up early in the morning. Thank y'all for joining the live. Continue to comment. I'm out of here.